For those who feel sick watching Russia devastate Ukraine, this is a 3-minute argument for the West to do more to stop it. The US and NATO reject calls for a no-fly zone by repeating the soundbite that shooting down a Russian plane over Ukraine starts World War III. Is this rhetoric based more on logic or fear? Who would join Russia in a war over Ukraine? Belarus? NATO has 5 times Russia's military might, and the Kremlin won't survive a nuclear war. Did Putin suddenly develop a death wish? Ukraine is not vital to Russia's existence, only its ambition. So logic says the nuclear threats are a bluff, and giving in to them will invite more aggression and instability. Russia's economy is vital, so logically, a Ukrainian no-fly zone is less provocative than our supposedly crippling sanctions. Some say we can't do more for Ukraine because Putin's crazy. What's next? If he foams at the mouth, we give him Canada? We sanction people around Putin, thinking they'll make him end the war. Why do we think those same people would let him start Armageddon? We say we would confront Russia to defend a NATO country like Estonia, because Article 5 says then we should risk World War III. Does that make sense? If we need a document to do what's right, Ukraine gave up its nukes with the 1994 Budapest Memorandum in exchange for Russia's promise to respect its sovereignty and security assurances from the US and UK. This war is part of a NATO-Russia rivalry, so we have a formal right and moral obligation to defend Ukraine. Yet with Russia bombing schools and hospitals, we congratulate ourselves for towing yachts. We say we're avoiding escalation by not confronting Russia, but that's exactly what's allowing Russia to escalate the atrocities and refugee crisis worsening every day, which escalates our economic retaliation and repression in Russia. We talk about avoiding World War III. Did appeasement avoid World War II? Putin now knows Russia can't have Ukraine and clearly plans to kill or mutilate her so no one else can have her either. We say our endgame is making this war a strategic failure for Russia. Does that mean we're satisfied watching Ukraine destroyed in the process? What about an endgame of saving Ukraine? The more we condemn this horror but do nothing decisive to stop it, the more we're telling the world we're afraid of conflict with another major nuclear power. Putin is making us spectators to our own fear and weakness. Russia invades a European democracy and we have to worry about being provocative? Why isn't Putin afraid of starting World War III? Now the West won't even give Ukraine jets because it might anger Putin? And our excuse is they won't help much? It's shameful. We're not avoiding a historic showdown here, we're losing one. Let's flip the script and seize the advantage while Russia is bogged down and the Ukrainians have not yet been bombed or starved into submission. Take the skies with a no-fly zone or new jets to Ukraine. Make sure approved weapons are delivered, entering Ukraine if needed. Get Europe to really squeeze Russia by banning their energy exports. Stop holding back and push Putin toward an off-ramp he can't refuse, which probably involves Ukraine giving up some separatist territory. I've been anti-war since Vietnam, but I'm sick of the West applauding courage here instead of showing it, and talking about punishing war crimes instead of preventing them. If you feel the same way, please share this and add to the voices saying we must do more before it's too late for Ukraine.